Hey guys, it's Berkey here. Seriously guys, I'm so excited to bring you this video. I'm going to show you guys all the mechanics and tech I found with Jolder. And I'm not holding anything back, I'm spilling all of the sauce here. This is going to be a longer video, so everything will be timestamped down in the description. And most of this tech is for Jolder specifically, or any sword user, but a few of these will work on every character, so even if you don't play Jolder, you're going to need to watch this one. Alright, that's enough yap, let's get started. I'm going to break all of these into categories. Alright, necessary. This is the tech you gotta use to play Jolder at the highest level. Number 1 is sword dashing. In my opinion, you cannot play without it. Sword dashing makes you so much faster than sprinting, and you can even keep up with Ning Fei, at least for a little bit. There's also a heavy combo with sword dashing to increase your damage, but more on that later. So the way you do it is you jump and immediately use light attack. You should almost be pressing jump and attack at the same time. And then you just want to do this again right before you hit the ground. You can work on the timing, and check this out. This is what a frame perfect sword dash looks like. You jump 1 frame before you touch the ground. If you guys watch my speedruns, you'll know I use this every chance I get. It works best on flat surfaces. Going up or down a slope is usually just better to sprint. Very important thing. Enemies will ruin your sword dashing because you lock onto them and hit them like this. So if you look all the way up, you'll avoid their targeting like this. On certain game modes like Calamity Ops, you have to be very specific when you do it because heavy ammo is rare there. But either way, you still just run faster with the sword in hand, so you should always have your sword out. Alright, number 2 is the reload cancel. Now every character can do this, and it's essential for increasing your DPS. It cuts your reload time basically in half. The first way to do it is sprint when your reload bar gets to here. On a controller, it's easier because you can just hold your stick forward, it'll automatically do it. Now the second way is to use an ability when your reload bar gets to this point. This is the most efficient way to play. So for instance, you would shoot your gun, you go to reload, but you throw your shield to cancel that reload. Empty your next mag, and then call your shield back to cancel the second reload. Now this is a Jolder specific tech. If you have T1, you use your slam when your rage bar is over 60%, it will fully reload your gun. So T1 is really the only talent tree you need on Jolder. It's funny because people comment on my videos saying, Berkey, your sword does so much more damage because you have T6 Jolder, blah, blah, blah. Brother, read this, read the talent tree, and tell me where is this damage coming from? There's nothing in here that boosts your weapon damage. I think Jolder actually has the worst talent tree in the game, but it is good for free-to-play players because you just need T1. Anyways, number 3 is the fast heavy. As the name suggests, it makes your heavy attack way faster. So you'll be hitting an enemy with a light attack, and when your sword energy is full, you can heavy attack as soon as your light attack makes contact. Look how much faster this is in comparison. Now number 4 is the extended heavy. I might need a better name, but look at this. You hit the enemy behind you. It's perfect to kill 2 or even 3 enemies. I use it all the time on expanse runs. Now you want to be on the enemy's right side because the back of the swing goes to the left. Alright, the 5th necessary mechanic is the sword dash combo. So if you're engaging an enemy, you would like slide and heavy them, right? No. You sword dash into them immediately heavy. So what this does is give you a free extra light attack. And if you're using the COI, which is Jolder's best sword by far, this light attack charges your next heavy because of this perk. Let's compare the time between what you've been doing and the sword dash combo. I can't wait till they drop another sword user.
Hey Berkey, why don't you ever play me?
Alright, so let's move on to the useful category. Number 1 is breaking Spread Shinkas with Partridge Sky. Watch this. Man, I f***ing love Jolder. Alright, so I tested this for about an hour straight. The best way I found is looking straight at the Shinka, and you have to time it so there's none of these little bead things in front. If there's one in front, it will basically block the explosion, and it won't reach the back. You want to hit directly on the Shinka's body. I tried jumping and all kinds of stuff. If you guys found a better way to do this, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I noticed sometimes you just won't get one. So you can also just sword dash and take out the last orb. Cool stuff. Alright, number 2 is actually insane, and it works with every character in the game. Remember how people were using going to your settings really quick to make you sprint in the air? Well, NetEase patched this by making your character freeze in the air. So now you see where I'm going with it. If you do this, you stop all lateral movement to your character, and you cancel the knockback. Guys, I really showed the secret sauce with this one. You gotta subscribe now. Alright, the third useful mechanic is not glorious, but it is useful, and it's the long slam. If you jump and immediately slam, you will go farther. That's it, it's pretty simple. Alright, number 4 is fast ult. I know it's called a super, but it doesn't sound as good. So the way you do this is, if you're running up to a ledge and you jump into it and you ult right on the corner here. Isn't that sick? Now when I first found this, I thought it was the cool but useless category, right? No, look how this saved me time in the expanse run. Now if only we had a fast slam. I've tried longer than I'd like to admit to find a fast slam, and it just doesn't exist. Anyways, number 5 is you can slam to fall faster. Now I think everybody knows this, but it is super useful. Number 6 is fun. It's sword gliding. It's similar to sword dashing, but it's in the air. It's not super fast, but it allows you to cross long gaps. I used this to do the bridge skip in the first raid encounter before I even started my YouTube channel, and I didn't record it because I wasn't recording anything then. And then they patched it, so I don't have footage of it. Sadness. But basically you jump and swing, and then you reactivate your jetpack and mash swing. You repeat this over and over to go really far. Alright, useful but inconsistent. There's only one technique in this category, and I call it the unlocked heavy. Alright, so these two guys are too far apart to use the extended heavy swing I showed earlier, so you can run past the first guy, look down so you don't target the second guy, and you swing in place and hit them both. Normally you would dash towards the second guy and only hit him, but this is very situational and even harder to pull off. You need to be at the right distance, and you need to look down at the correct angle. But it's really sick, so I included it. When you pull this off in a run, it's goated. Alright, cool but useless, because who doesn't like have fun? I assume if you watch this far, you're a Jolder main, and that's why we play Jolder, to have fun. So number 1 is the slide heavy. You just slide and then heavy attack. I don't know why, but it makes it feel like your heavy goes further. Alright, number 3 is the 360 no scope. So if you look all the way behind you as you sword dash, Jolder does this cool little spin. I play on controller, so I need a mouse and keyboard player to mess with this for me, please. Let me know. Alright, number 4 is the funnest on the list. So the Arc Sword's innate perk is that you get move speed for each enemy you kill, stacking 3 times. And if you add this with your shield throw speed boost, you run super fast. Plus, Jolder just looks really cool how she holds this sword. Too bad this weapon sucks. I've tried everything to make it good, but it's just weak. And you can't even sword dash with it. Look at this. So please, NetEase, fix this. Well, that's it, guys. I dropped all the sauce here. What a banger video. Now you gotta hit subscribe. I have a lot more videos coming, so I'll see you guys next time.